Normally I start these reviews off with a bit of background information on what we're talking about, but not this time. Yes, BioShock 1 and 2 preceded BioShock Infinite, and I could go even deeper with that and talk about the developer's history before the BioShock series, but you know what? I just don't feel like it. I mean, BioShock Infinite has little to nothing to do with BioShock 1 and 2, and I mean, apart from the overall gameplay style, they really have nothing in common, so let's skip the introductions and move right on to the review. Maybe people will be happy about this, who knows. For most of us first-person shooter fans, the default control layout for BioShock Infinite is a little more favorable than a pile of shit in a bag of piss. If you're anything like me, you'll want to change your control scheme to Marksman. And while I'm talking about controls, keep in mind this is the one I'm referring to. The main reason for this is that using the iron sights on your gun is pretty important, and anyone who cares about preserving their analog sticks prefers using the left goddamn trigger. Once you make this minor change, you're rocking and rolling and shooting and shouting, and oh my god, the controls are so solid. You know, I just realized I never really clarify in my reviews what platform I'm playing the game on. Just a heads up, this is Xbox. Xbox. Tree City. It's in the title card. Right there. Anyways, the combat is fucking fluid in this game, but what makes it stand out are these vigor abilities right here, which I will from this point on refer to as Super Megadeth Ultra Undeniably Incredible Booker Powers of Justice. Results may vary. Just hold the right bumper, select your flavor of destruction, and use left bumper to deploy ownage. I love how you obtain these powers organically while you're exploring the game, rather than having them all dumped on you at once. You find them in the form of dangerous looking beverages that are probably laced to the nines with LSD. Another mechanic that separates BioShock from the crowd is its RPG-style looting and inventory system. Pressing X on bodies and containers will allow you to see what items you can loot from them. The concept is neat, but to be honest, I probably would have just preferred pressing X and seeing the items that were added to my inventory, rather than having to press X again to confirm picking them up. I mean, geez, what am I gonna do? Click X and say, oh, shotgun ammo, yeah, I don't need that shit. It's not like you have an inventory weight limit or a limit to how many clothing pieces you can own, so there's no feasible reason to turn down loot items of any sort. So why not just automatically retrieve what you need from them? It's a minor complaint. Equipable items include hats, shirts, pants, and boots that will boost your stats, give you an edge in combat, or add a passive ability to your character that'll be sure to surprise you just as much as it surprises your enemies. Before I go any further, I think it's obvious that I should address how beautiful this game is. The graphics aren't groundbreaking even on the PC, but it's clear that the artists at Irrational Games work tirelessly to craft a game world that just takes the player in and inspires creativity. We feel like we're part of the journey unfolding because the environment is believable. Well, I mean, once you get past the fact that we're walking around in a city floating amongst the clouds, but that's not the point. The locales are painstakingly themed to provide a very distinct atmosphere that draws on the deep interest we have for the unknown. Characters feel like real people who face real hardships. Your attachment to the main protagonists, Booker and Elizabeth, is palpable by the end of the journey, and you can empathize with them greatly because, despite the completely fantastical twists and turns BioShock presents, they feel like real people from start to finish. I mean, the story is 100% grounded in fiction. Nothing in the game is as it seems, and nothing would function properly if it was placed anywhere other than BioShock. The plot is just that distinct. Is this a bad thing? Hell the fuck no. Not only does this game dare to defy the norm, but it leaps beyond modern fiction. The story is nearly impossible to predict, and keeps you completely in the dark from start to finish. The narrative opens with a simple premise. Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt. Playing as Booker DeWitt, an ex-military man with a troubled past, you travel to a world in the sky where your mission is to locate an imprisoned girl with supernatural powers and bring her to New York. This is how the story begins, but it is nowhere near relevant to how the story ends. By the time the game is over, you will have forgotten that simple premise about 30 different times. Elements click into place when you uncover new information, resulting in a holy shit moment where your jaw just drops in amazement. My largest turnoff in video games and even movies is when I can predict what will happen next, and I am proud to say that not once, not fucking once, did that happen for BioShock Infinite. It was like a roller coaster with an invisible track. You never know when the next twist is coming. I never include spoilers in my reviews, but I will make one last comment about the plot, and for this point I need you to listen very carefully. In fact, come a little closer. The ending to BioShock Infinite is one of, if not the best endings I've ever seen in fiction. Did you catch that? In fiction. That means movies, books, comics, games, the whole 9 yards. You better bring a second pair of socks to this ending, because the ones you're wearing are going to be knocked off 6 ways from Sunday. You know what, let's get back to the mechanical aspects. I want to talk briefly about the weapon arsenal the game has to offer, because it's a diverse one. Whether you prefer the comfortable protection of a rambunctious assault rifle, or the one-shot-fits-all sheer power behind a massive revolver, BioShock has a gun that fits your playing style, and gives you plenty of reasons to give them all a try at least once. Oh, by the way, weapons and abilities, they're upgradable. These thematic vending machines offer plenty of ways to make your character more of a killing machine than he already is. Of course, weapons aren't the only element BioShock likes to diversify. The enemies have plenty of shades too, from the loud and rowdy Vox soldiers to the terrifyingly eerie Boys of Silence. Whether you're a skilled gamer or a complete noob, you can assume this game is going to kick your ass at least once over the course of the campaign. Well, that's just about all I have to say about BioShock. The game was absolutely thrilling and truly a defining moment in the gaming industry as a whole. I'm ready to deliver a stellar final verdict that I think many will agree with. BioShock Infinite is nearly perfect in several important aspects. It's extremely hard to think of something negative about this game. I had a difficult time reaching a verdict that I was comfortable with, but I finally settled with a 10 out of 10. BioShock is about as perfect as a game can get, and what extremely minute negatives I can force out of it just don't matter enough to deduct even 1 point. BioShock Infinite is legendary.